Hey North Star, Matt Simpson, discipleship minister here, and I'm excited to share with you what was going on in the life of Jesus on Tuesday during Passion Week. And on Tuesday, a couple of things happened, and one of the highlights is actually one of the kind of most confusing things that happened in the life of Jesus, particularly during Passion Week, and that's the whole episode of the cursed fig tree. And we read about that a couple of places, but I'm going to read out of Matthew 21, starting in verse 18. It says, early in the morning, as Jesus, was returning to the city, he was hungry. So seeing a lone fig tree by the road, he went up to it and found nothing on it except leaves. And he said to it, "May no fruit come from you ever again." And at once the fig tree withered. And when disciples saw it, they were amazed and said, "How did this fig tree wither so quickly?" And Jesus answered them, "Truly I tell you, if you have faith and do not doubt, you will not only do what was done to the fig tree, but even if you tell to this mountain, 'Be lifted up and thrown into the sea,' it will be done. And if you believe, you will receive whatever you ask for in prayer." So there's kind of an interesting narrative in the life of Jesus. I don't know if you've ever been hungry and you've gone to the cupboard maybe and you have like a box full of snacks and you pull the box out and it's empty. That moment you probably would be tempted to do the same thing that Jesus did and curse that box for being empty. But does Jesus just get mad because he's hungry, or is there something deeper going on here? Well, I would argue, of course, there's something deeper going on. If you look at the whole context, this is right after the triumphal entry, and it's also right around the same time that Jesus cleanses the temple, throws out all the money changers and everything. And let's think for a moment about what exactly was going on in the context. Jesus is welcomed into Jerusalem. People are laying down palm branches. They're crying out, "Hosanna." It's this big show of celebration for this coming king. Now we know that they've really misunderstood exactly what kind of king Jesus was. Even when Jesus goes to the temple, there's hustle and bustle. People are buying, selling, sacrifices. It's a very, very meaningful and impactful time right around the Passover. And so, what Jesus is doing here when he's talking about the fig tree is he's illustrating that even though there are leaves, there is no fruit. So, in other words, everything that's going on in Jerusalem at this time, even the celebration of himself coming, is just a show. There's no real fruit to it. There's no heart behind it. And we'll see that really clearly just a few days from this moment when that same crowd that was welcoming in Jesus with palm branches and singing turn and call for him to be crucified. So in the fig tree, Jesus is showing that although there may be the appearance of fruit, there may be the appearance of everything going well, we have to look at what the fruit is and whether there is any fruit at all and what the heart of both ourselves and the heart of what we're doing is. And so I'd encourage you, as you think about this narrative in the life of Jesus, and as we reflect on this during Passion Week, to consider whether you are just looking good maybe on the outside or what your heart might be on the inside. And also as you think about the things that you're doing and involved with, is it just the appearance of good? Is it the appearance of holiness? Or is there a deep-seated heart that is desiring to follow God wherever he may lead you? That's all I have for you. I really hope that this is an encouragement to you as we continue celebrating Passion Week together as a church.